Big.
Hey! Okay, Lex. Okay, Lex.
Big meaty men slapping meat, boys. This is
the
it.
greatest African walk of all time that every camera changes to the white boys doing it in the crowd. Hey!
Come on.
So funny story. My wife hates the walk, right?
Oh,
so
wow.
I said, okay, I want you to do me a favor. She said, what? I said, we have a walk through the kitchen, right? So you could walk a circle through the kitchen to the living room. Like that. I said, I want you to do the walk through the kitchen, through the living room. I want you to do the walk. She goes, okay. So she starts doing the walk. She's going like this. She goes, okay, now what's supposed to happen? I said, keep going. And she goes, and all of a sudden I started going, bow, 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 bow. And she couldn't get it out of her head. Now she likes to walk. Oh, okay. The COVID theme. Everyone knows that song. It is Oba Femi. It is Brock Lesnar. And Oba Femi, I was already at a 10. This was the one match of the whole weekend. I immediately gave it a 10. I'm on board with the whole thing. Talk about a build. This has been a great build. Oba's promo last night.
It was so good.
Sealed the deal.
I knew I was gonna fucking miss something.
Sealed the deal because the comment that he made to Paul with the straightest face. He had the straightest face. And I'm not the biggest Michael Cole fan in the world, but Michael Cole nailed this one because Oba cut. It's a great promo. I won't spoil it, but it was a great promo. Basically, just his confidence and, I'm going to be the one that beats him at WrestleMania. Like it's me. I'm the guy to do it. And it's the short version, but the way he does it is great. And Michael Cole sat there and they did a desk shot where they filmed them. He goes, I've called almost every single one of his WrestleMania matches of Brock Lesnar's. I have never seen an opponent go to WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar with this level of confidence in my fucking life. He's like, I have never seen someone that convinced he's going to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And some fan online, I wish I could have shared it, but I don't remember where I saw it. He put together all of Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania matches. And he said, and he illustrated a very fair point. Lesnar, with the exception maybe of the Goldberg match, never really comes off his feet for his opponents. And he came off his feet for Oba in the first second of the goddamn program.
Nice.
Simply taking a bump made this the most hyped goddamn match of the whole goddamn weekend. Say what you want about the build for so many of these matches, and Lord knows that we have, and Lord knows that we will. But this is the one right here that I am the most excited about. Dave, you were also equally excited. You gave it a 9.
It's a 10.
It's a 10 today.
So good.
Steph also gave it a 9, but I think she's also prepared at this point to make it a 10.
That's
you
a
guys
big
don't have
deal.
to follow the trend, but where do you guys stand, Joe? Where do you
That's
feel?
a big deal.
I'm a 10 on this one too. The buildup has been
There
crazy.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What you got, Lex?
I'm a 10, man. I'm super, and you know what's crazy? I don't even think they're gonna do much.
No.
They're not gonna do much.
Perfect score.
I was there live at MSG when they had that face off, and my goodness, the energy is this match.
I was gonna say the energy in the building.
Oh, you went to the show?
Insane.
I was in MSG. I hardly ever go to wrestling shows. I don't like going to wrestling shows, but I went to MSG, got a free ticket, whatever. The energy there, I wanted them to fight. I was actually upset that they didn't even touch, but I'm excited. This is the match I'm most excited for. I'm actually upset that this match has more hype to it than any other match to me. This is the match for me. Yeah, this is it. I must be this match. Yeah, and it's the opener.
My thoughts,
somebody
this
coming.
will be the beginning of a new Brock, one that starts to doubt himself. A few losses to Oba, then Gunther swoops in for that favor and retirement match for next year's Mania. I don't know if we have to wait till Mania for that retirement match. I'm hearing talk about SummerSlam being the Gunther Brock matchup. I'm not sure. I'm not opposed to WrestleMania. Actually, maybe it is Mania because I don't see Lesnar retiring before the Saudi Arabia show because that's a big fucking day for Brock Lesnar. That's a big fucking deal for him. So I don't know if that's going to happen. But as far as the beginning of a new Brock, let's get into that for a little bit because this is a conversation I don't think wrestling fans have had an opportunity to have. What does a retired Brock Lesnar even look like? When you've booked Brock Lesnar to be as big of a beast as he has become, how do you book his retirement? How do you slow him down and then eventually beat him forever? You can't just have Gunther choke him out, can you? You can't just smiling and tapping. I don't know. Maybe a submission to end it, just because I don't think he's also never submitted before. So I don't think. Well, he submitted to Kurt Angle, I guess, back in the Jurassic period, all those many years ago. But as far as this version of Brock, he's just a machine. Joe, how do you book this guy to lose? How do you book this guy to retire, I should say?
You get every black wrestler that he squashed over the years to come out in a big revenge tour. That's what it is. Because I love.
Did you see Kofi's comment?
Yeah. I think I sent it to you. I was like, "Did you see this?
Avenge us!
Avenge us!"
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Brock did hit him with a boy. He did hit him with a boy. He said, "You don't get that lucky, boy." He hit him. I said, "Oh shit!" He let that shit fly off TV. Okay, fuck.
Yeah. I dare somebody to do some shit about that. Go ahead and say some shit to Brock Lesnar. By the way, he snuck this in while we were talking. Street Fighter will be better than that Jean-Claude shit show.
That was Raul Julia's final movie, though.
Yes, for you, it was the most devastating day of your life.
Yes,
for me, it was Tuesday. It's absolutely the man. The fact that he did that sick too. He was sick.
He was super sick.
Yeah, hella sick. So yeah. So this is. I think we're all on the same wavelength with this match right here. This is going to be two bulls just going at it, and somebody's got to win. Are we all under the same impression that Oba has to win this, or does somebody really?
No, Rock and win this. Just to fuck with people.
Does Dave? Do you think Lesnar? Dave? Do you genuinely think Lesnar wins this?
No. I won't. I want. I know this is gonna. I know I keep dwelling on this. I've dwelled on this a lot, but the fact that they keep bringing it up and the signs that they're going to give this to Oba makes me feel really good, and that they keep bringing up the Taker streak, and that thing always bothered me that they gave it to Brock. That should have been for someone up and coming. But now it feels like the baton is going to get passed. Oba wasn't here when Taker had to go, so he couldn't do it. So Brock took that. It really does kind of the way they embody it. It does feel like he took that streak, and now it's kind of like an accolade he holds, and the next person to conquer him will kind of like be the person.
But wasn't that the whole point of Roman beating Brock?
Roman did it. Roman beat him
like not too long after.
2 or 3 years after. But the issue that people had was that when Taker went public about the streak, basically said that up until WrestleMania he was supposed to win that match, and then the day of, they made the call to break the streak. He said that he went with it, but he was pissed that it was Brock because he didn't feel Brock needed it. But then he did say that he had wished that it was Roman instead. Because he was looking at Roman at that time and saying, "Oh, this guy's going to be the next guy. I should probably, if anyone's going to do it, it should be the next guy." But the bullshit excuse that we always heard is that as far as the streak is concerned, it was very believable that Lesnar, being the beast that he is, could overcome the streak. The problem is that, or not the problem, but the good part about Brock beating the streak, and this is the bullshit excuse we heard at the time. Beating the streak at that point seemed so monumental that it needed someone tremendous to beat it. But that person still, at the end of the day, is a man and can be beat. Beating Lesnar isn't the same as beating the streak, but beating the guy who beat the streak is still a rub. That was yada yada. That's why following breaking the streak, John Cena was fed to Lesnar to increase that momentum.
And around that time, Roman was Roman at that time, though. He wasn't like
he was big dog. He wasn't the tribal chief yet. He was the big dog. That was.
Would you say he was bigger or the same than Oba right now?
Whoa.
Lower. To be honest with you.
Lower?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. The only
I
reason
don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
I feel that way because at that time of the streak, Roman was one of the top guys, but I felt like that was the company's choice. This over for Oba feels like our choice.
But when Roman was in the Shield, people loved Roman
because of the surrounding parts. They liked Roman was cool in the Shield because he was the big enforcer and he was the athletic guy who could do all this cool shit. What screwed Roman during the big dog era was the script. Vince was writing his bullshit, right? So when he's
sucker cash.
There you go. That was the death knell right there. As soon as the big tough guy, he was the big tough guy in the Shield. Then he leaves the Shield. All of a sudden, they're putting highlighted contacts in his eyes. He's doing the smooch deal to the ladies, suffering succotash and all this bullshit. They made him corny. He was cringe. It wasn't until they stopped scripting him at all during the COVID era where he got to be himself. Then he started working with the people as far as what he would say, and the whole thing took off. But at that point, he was mid big dog. He was mid, like he was just branching out. The Shield performed on that show where the streak broke. So he didn't even become big dog yet. Now that I think about it, that was the last Shield Mania. So he was still the enforcer at that time. But he still thought it should have been Roman because I guess Taker knew what the plans that were coming was to make Roman the guy. But that was the problem. That was the plan, to make him the guy. This doesn't feel like the plan. This feels like we really fucking like Oba. It just, I don't know. To me, it just feels different. So I'll give him that. What do you put here? I thought the excuse was because of the Daniel Bryan thing, because he was going to win the belt and wanted to shock the fans. What thing? The streak? The breaking the streak? Because Daniel Bryan, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about Daniel Bryan playing a factor, especially since Daniel Bryan won the title anyway. So it didn't really. It was funny because Daniel Bryan wins and they call it WrestleMania and all that stuff, but the streak breaking was the big moment of the show. So